Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris, here with some Spidergeddon tie-in reviews. So we have Spider Force number 1 and Vault of Spiders number 1 as well. So we'll start off with what I would say was the best of the two. Spider Force number 1 by Christopher Priest, penciling by Paulo, that's a name I can't pronounce, inked by Oren Jr. and Craig Young, colorist by Guru EFX, yada 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 yada. So this mainly stems from issue number 2 of Spidergeddon. So Dr. Octopus, or now Superior Octopus, well, Superior Spider-Man. He's Superior Spider-Man again. He wants to gather his own forces that'll be willing to kill the Inheritors. So he enlists Kaine's help, and this is showing Kaine going and recruiting members for a team to hunt down Verna, one of the Inheritors. So you have Kaine, and it starts off with a flash forward of what's going to happen before going back in the past, introducing or reintroducing these characters. So on Earth 218, we have Charlie. He technically is Peter Parker. He just doesn't go by that name. He just calls himself Charlie, and he's Spider-Kid. I do like his design, like the design of his outfit. Considering he has he's wielding like batons or something. It's kind of like if Nightwing was a spider. If Nightwing was Spider-Man, pretty much like. So we introduced him. I do like that, and then her name escapes me, but then we reintroduced to Jessica as well. Jessica doesn't want to join the team, considering she has a family, and it's huge risk for her. Before the whole team is brought together, all of them are brought together, and head off to Earth 3145, which is completely radioactive. Hence why they have to wear the suits before they're introduced to another character. So I will say, good start. This was definitely a good start. It's the first of 3 issues. Definitely impressed with what I saw so far. I do like the whole flash forward. So it's just like, well, it looks like they're gonna die, maybe, and just the whole recounting the events leading up to it. Spider-Kid, I do like the introduction of I'm assuming Spider-Kid is a new character. There's too many spiders, so I know Spider-Kid is a new character, I believe. Neil Armstrong Spider-Man, I know that's what it's like, Astro Spider or something like that, or Space Spider, whatever, is a new character as well. So Spider-Kid, I definitely like Spider-Kid's introduction to this. I like the story. I definitely like what I've seen with the story so far. It's Priest. It's Christopher Priest writing it, so you're not going to be disappointed. So if you are reading, this is a tie-in, so you probably would have to read Spidergeddon, but really it kind of holds out on its own. Although it does say read Spidergeddon number 2 before this issue, so. But I recommend this one anyway. This was a good one. I definitely liked it. So on to Vault of Spiders, which is just so this is pretty much just a random collection of stories about different Spider-Man spiders across the universe. So we'll start off with the Web-Slinger. I don't like the art for this. It's reminds me of Squirrel Girl, which isn't a good thing. I don't want to be reminded of Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. The art, it's very kind of kid-like with the art, simple. It could be like a reference to like the very old, just like newspaper short comics, probably. So introduced to Web-Slinger, who is a cowboy Spider-Man. Little bit about his tale. It was okay, but we'll go to my favorite, which is the Spider-Man one, the Japanese Spider-Man one. I will say this is my favorite story from Vault of the Spiders, and I love the artwork, the art style when they went with. Very obviously manga inspired, or supposed to be manga, just this whole black and white and gray styling because it's the Japanese Spider-Man. I did like it, just short story, it's just him fighting off against Prime Minister Monster alongside his mech of always Leopardon. Leopardon? Yes, Leopardon, and pretty much that's the short story. This was my favorite. I did like it, and just for the art style alone is why it's my favorite of these stories. Then we have Spider-byte, which is kind of this a person who can only be a spider in like the virtual world, pretty much. Does seem like it. Let's see, did it? Yeah, pretty much a spider in this virtual world, and that was okay. Art, I did, I like the art for the most part for that. It was alright. And then probably my second favorite one is Savage Spider-Man. I definitely cool looking design. I did like the art for this one as well. So story for this one is just Peter Parker survived escaped from a plane crash and landed on Savage Island. Yeah, Savage Island. Yeah, Savage Island. Savage Land. I mean, he survives, arrives in Savage Land, and he's pretty much raised by a huge ass spider, and pretty much gains their powers, well, similar powers to a spider, or just spider-like powers. As it says, I've come to regard my initiation as the trial of 1,000 venoms, bites, poisons flooding my bloodstream till my heart and my brain were about to burst. Then they would stop, long enough for me to heal. I was better than before, stronger, new senses grow in the dark, only for the cycle to begin again, until after years I was strong enough to protect this land. From men like you, Kazar the Hunter and Wilson Fisk. So I definitely like that one as well. So overall, Vault Spiders, it's not particularly necessary. You don't have to read it. It is a Spidergeddon tie-in. I'm guessing it's just in the end, it's just going to be, these characters are going to be brought into the final fight for Spidergeddon, I assume. As I know at least Japanese Spider-Man was in Spider-Verse, and then Leopardon got nerfed in that. Thanks, slot. So it had definitely had two good short stories. They had one I didn't particularly care for, and the Spider-byte one was okay, but, meh. So that was it for those two, Spider-Force and Vault of Spiders. Definite recommend. I definitely enjoyed this one, and I enjoyed half of this one. So that's it for those reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.